And so they have quite a nice moment together, I think.
They do.
Followed by... Are you ready?
Go ahead.
What you need is a jolly good smack bottom. Come on.
Yes, because he says something about get that ankle bathed, but what you need... Yeah, and I'm not repeating, you can say it.
A jolly good smack bottom.
Okay. Maybe think of Shrek and Donkey.
Alright, you're going the right way for a smack bottom.
Sorry about that.
Well, I've quoted it and timed it at the 7:15 mark because that's the first time he says that.
Oh my gosh, is this a thing?
I think it's one of two because he says it again in a future episode.
As in, not this Doctor, one of the iterations?
No, this Doctor.
Oh, okay.
So it's not too close to the future.
I thought it was going to be like this creepy thing that Doctor Who just loves to always say that.
But it is referenced as like a... That's... yeah, like a... Probably shouldn't say that. You know what I mean? Like,
Okay. And also... Ian
it's-
laughs a lot at that. You can see him chuckle, and I think it's the actor trying not to mess up the scene by laughing.
Yes, I did notice him smirk. And I think you're right, because the way William Hartnell says it, he's just gone from being like, oh, Ian, you've come a long way, my dear boy, to you need a smack bottom. So to the actor, he's probably like, whoa, what the hell?
Because you think about this, outside of the fictional narrative, if you think about the actors there, this old man is saying that to a grown woman.
Yes.
That's
because
pretty
she's
awkward.
23.
Yes.
20, probably maybe 24 at this stage, but still.
They must have
Early
all known-
20s.
They must have all known that was coming up in the script, and they're like, "Oh, this is going to be so awkward." Obviously, I can imagine if the Daleks were such a big thing at that time. I know they still are, but especially then, seeing the Daleks in those very particular spots for a person who lived in London must have been pretty freaky at the time.
They're going around London, and this is where we get the montage of different parts of London with Daleks moving about. They actually land at Kew Railway Bridge, St Catherine's Dock, London, Battersea Power Station, which they do point out, Wood Lane Central Station, London. I did notice there is Big Ben
Yes.
and Trafalgar Square.
I love that shot of Big Ben in the background and the Dalek right up close, and you just see the little nozzle looking around trying to see if there's any humans
It's
about.
pretty iconic.
That's a great shot.
Queen's Wharf in London, Westminster Bridge, that's the one. They were going across Westminster Bridge.
Yeah.
And it's all very iconic scenes. So they try and go there, and there's some nice shots of like Barbara pushing him through his wheelchair.
Yeah.
And it's just parts of London.
Yeah. You know what I was thinking too is, I mean, Barbara is still the hero.
Well, I was amazed that he was like, because they're all like, we should go to somewhere safe.
Yeah.
And she's probably concerned about, like, where's the doctor, where's Ian, where's Susan? But she's like, bang up to be like, I'll help you build a bomb.
Yeah.
Like,
And I will push you in your wheelchair while running for kilometers.
she does say, because Jenny's like, we're going to be slower,
Trying to push you along.
push him along. And she's like, he wouldn't stand a chance without us. So,
She's the hero.
yeah, it's nice.
And the other thing I was thinking was, that would have been a really tiring day as an actress. Like, okay, we're going to take 20, run, and just pushing a wheelchair.
It wouldn't have been take 20. It would have just been the one take.
That's true, because they don't care, do they, about like small...
expensive.
Yeah, it's too expensive to reshoot.
There's a certain moment in the show where those radio plays basically are considered canon. They go, they're all real too.
Oh, so it's really obviously stated in the show.
Yeah.
Oh.
And sometimes they're referenced,
Yeah.
like an adventure that he might have had in a radio play is referenced on the show,
Yeah.
which is really cool. There are some that their canosity is put into question because an event occurs on the show that then disputes something that happened in a radio play.
Right.
But I think it's also considered that he does also mess with time.
I was gonna say.
So that thing could have happened, and then time travel happened, and that thing no longer happened.
Well, does the idea of multiple universes exist within this story of Doctor Who? Because then everything could be canon.
Oh, like parallel universes?
Parallel universes.
Well, I think we're going to get to them very soon.
Well, then if they exist in the show in some way, then anything's canon. It's fine then.
Yeah.
But
That's the thing. So amongst fans, amongst diehard fans,
Whovians.
it's all canon.
Right.
To me, I say that it's all canon,
Okay.
unless the show... The show is like the main source of canon.
Yeah.
So if the show disputes something that happened elsewhere, then the show overrides that.
Okay.
There's a comic book that I own that shows the 8th Doctor doing something very specific, but then that's not considered canon because it's not referencing quite a direct way to something that happens in the show that's very similar.
Okay.
So
It's done in such a way that only one of those things could be real.
yeah. But you would say maybe that did happen, but time travel, now that has been erased from history. And Out of the Water,
That
which
was really
I
good.
think they would have hesitated to do this because of like those Dalek things to build. Like you don't want to ruin those things,
Right.
but it just rolls out of the water, and you're like, yes,
That looks great.
It was pretty good.
Very, very good shot. And a calendar.
And they did find the calendar in that room too.
2164.
2164. And we talked about if it was 2164 currently in this year, or if that's just the last time someone made a calendar.
Yes.
Because they've just found a calendar.
So it could be... Is that why it's disputed? Is that why the year is disputed?
Yeah, it's disputed because of that. And I think there's some other stories in the extended universe. Which dispute, not to the extent where it's like, actually it's 1996, but it's still the 2100s, but the years are a little different.
Because it would be a full-time job to be the person whose job it is to make sure that every piece of Doctor Who media syncs up time-wise.
Yeah, for a while.
And then they just went, who cares?
Well,
you can't tell me.
we're going to get to multiple seasons that are just the year that they are disputed. And then it becomes a reference within the show. And
The fact that
I
it's...
can't remember when this happened.
So okay, that's clever how they try to
I
find
don't think they did it on
narrative way.
purpose. It's a few seasons down the line. It's when we're in colour.
Oh, okay.
So we're still in black and white for a few more seasons.
Reverse the polarity of the neutron. Flirt.
Reverse its polarity.